Welcome back, everyone. Former Prime Minister Tony Abbott thinks Australians are sick to death of politicians. Thank you, Scoop. And believes opposition leader Bill Shorten could soon have the top job. Mr Abbott says voters are sick of pollies who are all talk, no action, and change their policies to suit their political conveniences.
I wonder who he's talking about. I have no idea. Let's get today's take on this.
He's talking about everybody.
It's true. Nine's Richard Wilkins and commentator Shelly Horton. Shelley, Mr Abbott thinks we should expect to see Bill Shorten in the lodge.
I don't care what Tony Abbott says. I am sick of him saying that now he knows how to run the country because he's not running it anymore. You know what? He didn't do a good job when he was in as PM, and I don't think now he has this incredible insight that no one else has got. Of course we have a problem with our politicians. We don't trust them. We have issues in the Senate, and I don't think it should be that we can oust a Prime Minister every 4 minutes, which is what it feels like.
Yeah.
But I don't want to hear it from Tony Abbott.
Part of the problem is that nobody gets the chance really to prove themselves because they're gone so quickly. I mean, there's been a revolving door of Prime Ministers in this country.
Well, Tony Abbott has made the point. He says he doesn't think they should get rid of an elected Prime Minister, in brackets, like you did with me, sort of thing. So he's not suggesting that we get rid of Malcolm Turnbull. Tony Abbott is a decent human being. He's an elected Member of Parliament. He's entitled to say what he wants to say. And what he's saying is, I think, what everyone is thinking, that we want the government to govern, we want the leaders to lead, and we need to get on with the job. Excuse me. He's having a crack at the Senate, saying there does need to be Senate overhaul, because clearly with this Senate, there's so many vested interests in there with the independents and the crossbenchers. It's just hard for the government to get on. In a little old New Zealand, you've got an elected government who've got a majority, no Senate. OK, GST up to 12%, starts tomorrow, on with the job. You just can't do that here. There's so many trade-offs and deals being done. I think Tony Abbott's entitled to say what he wants to say, and good on him for saying it.
Always comes back to New Zealand.
It's always the Kiwi influence. Everything's
it does
better
sound quite
across
ideal,
the
though, to have a calm government without a Senate sort of...
New Zealand's on fire,
Yeah, there you go. New Zealand is on fire. Also making news
I'm just waiting for the text, and we'll go back there.
If you want, it's at Richard Wilkins. That's the Twitter you're looking for. Also making news this morning, a driver has been slammed online after dashcam footage appears to show him crash into an elk plater. So the user uploaded the footage blaming the learner driver for the praying, but was shocked because social media users claimed that he was the one at fault. So let's look at the footage and then we'll come back. Well, now wait, so he was in the right lane, he's verged left, but was he indicating, and what's going on?
Well, who do you reckon's right or wrong?
We need to go back to the beginning of the tape, because where was that learner driver on the roundabout?
He was parked ready to go.
Was it a two-lane roundabout?
It's a two-lane roundabout.
The key words are learner driver.
Here we
He's
go.
in a car with learner driver written all over it. The learner driver has come across.
I think he's in the wrong lane.
The learner driver has come across, but...
The learner driver.
No, I think the
driver's in the wrong lane, because he needs to get over to the left so that he can exit to the left.
The learner driver's in the far lane, and he's trying to get over to the right. So they're both in the wrong. They're
both
like
in the
that.
wrong.
Stop it. Wait. I've just had a terrific idea for a TV show. There's a panel show where we just do stuff like this with driver stuff, and we all talk about it, and it's a genius idea.
You've had too much sugar.
Look, the guy's got two things that he could have used there. A, the horn, that's what it's there for.
He was listening to his reggae music, man.
Yes.
And he's got a brake.
Yeah.
I mean, if the guy's a learner driver, it's got "I'm a learner driver" written all over the car. He's obviously come across. If the guy had tooted...
You stay right away from learner drivers, don't you, on the road? You kind of go,
absolutely.
Learner driver, back in.
But remember when we were learner drivers, you want people to give you a little bit of extra room.
Yeah.
I think with this guy too, he put it up on social media to show what a big man he was and how, that guy, he cut me off and I ran into him. And everyone just went, actually, I don't think so. And I think he's had,
No, I didn't hear an indicator.
How do you know it was a man?
It was a man, because it was posted by a man.
Okay.
Richard.
Finally, another debate is blowing up online after a woman, this should get you fired up, after a woman asked a parenting forum if mothers should encourage their daughters to marry well. The Mumsnet user pointed out that having a wealthy partner could make life much easier. Some people agreed, while others think value should be placed on personal qualities. Shelley, what do you make of the woman's comments?
I could not be more offended. I do not think in 2017 we should be encouraging our daughters to marry a man who'll look after you. It doesn't work that way anymore, people. You know what? You can have your own career, earn your own money and have a really happy life. I think if you talk about great qualities, you talk about kindness, about someone who looks after you emotionally. Doesn't have to be about money. And I think she tried to backtrack and say, oh, when I said, well, it wasn't just money, she was talking about money.
It is a term that comes out of Victorian England, really, isn't it? You know, you must marry well.
Have a good dowry.
And all that sort of thing. I agree 100% with what Shelley's had to say. But, marrying well, you want to marry someone who makes you laugh, someone who's not an axe murderer, someone who's,
Axe murderers can make you laugh, Dick.
someone who's financially secure or working on being financially secure. But ultimately, we are all responsible for our own thing, sooner or later. But, when you do get into marriage, it's not my specialty subject.
Actually, more experienced than most.
Sadly, half of them.
Richard Wilkins, everybody.
Sadly, half of them don't make it. And
I don't see why we're encouraging young girls just to get married for your happiness anyway. Why?
No, it doesn't mean you have to get married.
Just
Be
be
happy in
happy.
yourself. Exactly.
When I was single, I was dating a very wealthy man.
No, but it's all very well and good for us to sit here and go, oh, no, it should be like this. The fact is that women, historically, I suppose, not all women, I'm not saying all women, but there is an attraction toward money and power. Would you not agree with that?
Some women, for sure.
With some women,
For sure.
but I think it's changing. I really do, because now women have separate bank accounts. They don't have to rely on a man, whereas it used to be you didn't have options. Now we've got options. Let's use those options and choose wisely.
Yes.
And choose for a fantastic person rather than a bank account.
Pick a fantastic person and 50% of those marriages, they'll still end up not to be a Debbie Downer.
No two marriages are the same, and everybody, gets into it and does things differently. Some people elect for mum to stay at home, and raise a family.
We're
and
actually going to be talking about that a little bit later on, because there's a book out now that says women should stay home for the first 3 years of their child's life. It's quite controversial. So we'll be talking
can I
about
stay for that segment?
I
would have a few things to say.
Can I leave for that?
Off your pot.
Thanks, guys. Go on to Facebook and Twitter. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't agree. We'll put that driver's video up as well, so I want to do a poll about what people think about that.
Definitely.
We'll come to that later in the show.
Coming up on Today Extra, he can make you laugh, he can make you cry.